are going to be talking about an inspiring journey into the world of clean air and sustainable living. And we're going to delve into this remarkable story. I'm so excited to introduce my parents, Singh and Neeno. They are fueled by a common passion for an organic lifestyle, which was started because my mother got leukemia in 1998. This dedication extends beyond a mere ideology. It manifests into the vibrant flavors of the multi-cuisine organic food that they cook, to the food that they grow in their urban farm zones in Delhi and Goa. In Delhi, in fact, they help people embark on culinary journeys with farm-to-table meals amidst the lush greenery of their organic garden. Their journey isn't just about food. It's about a commitment to sustainability. It's about how we can actually live in a cleaner environment. They are fervent advocates for organic food, a philosophy that permeates every aspect of their lives. Through their expertise and dedication, they demonstrate that living sustainably can be easy for everyone. So immerse yourself into their world and consider the possibility of growing your own food, whether you have a balcony, a driveway, or a farm. They are the pioneers, I think, of a cleaner, greener future. Their sustainable homes in Delhi and Goa are now free of air pollution, and their innovative methods of organic farming and income generation are really amazing. Peter is a 78-year-old former beekeeper and mathematician from a farm in Punjab, and Neeno, who's 70, has dedicated their life to biodiversity, from starting out in farming in Punjab with orchards, beekeeping, dairy farming and intercropping, to their now pollution-free urban homes. They exemplify a commitment to organic living. So now, let us listen to them and see how we can take a step towards a healthier future.
Thank you, Thank you for everyone here has shown an interest in what we do. As she said, I grew up on a farm in Punjab. In those days, everything was organic. There were no fertilizers, there were no pesticides, and everything was natural. And then we came into the age of industrialized farming, with pesticides, with chemical fertilizers, with weedicides, and we know that these cause cancers. In fact, a weedicide which has been used by Roundup has been known to cause leukemia, because Roundup is a weedicide that chemically used in Vietnam when they sprayed it on the forests and the armies were dead. It was later found that a majority of the soldiers who came back and survived the war, they all got different kinds of cancers. Roundup, multi-million-dollar lawsuits have been lost by the company using Roundup, and yet it is advocated by agricultural universities, the pesticides, the farm, the urea, the chemical fertilizers that are used for growing that, they are destroying the soil. So first you spray Roundup, you kill everything, not only do you kill the weeds, you kill the natural flora which helps plants and which allows other insects to grow on it, which again are natural enemies of various pests. Then you have fertilizer, then you have pesticides. So when we moved to Delhi, and my wife got leukemia, we were advised by a Ayurvedic doctor to move to an organic lifestyle. Now, some produce we had enough of, but eventually we had no food in the city. Because the greatest today, the pollution in the city is the pollution of the air. They have found that leukemia is caused by benzene from automobile exhausts. There is a study which has been published which shows that anyone living within 100 meters of a busy road, the automobile exhaust will have benzene with the maximum incidence of leukemia. So other diseases are by the pesticides we use. So what do? How do we get organic food? Growing organic food on farms is very expensive. There's a limited amount of food you can grow. So we discovered aquaponics. See, fish is the highest food to meat ratio of any animal. Whether you grow chicken or goats or poultry or whatever else you grow, the amount of food they need to produce per kilo of meat is a huge amount. Fish is the maximum production of meat, the growth area. Within 1 year, fish in a tank will grow to 1.5 to 2 kilos. So we discovered aquaponics. Now there is hydroponics. Hydroponics is growing plants without soil with chemical fertilizers, which are the same as you use in farming. It's not organic. It has not been certified organic anywhere in the world. Now aquaponics is a very simple system. You put fish in a tank and you feed the fish. The fish waste is mainly ammonia. It is cycled out of the tank. It goes into a biofilter where natural bacteria break the ammonia and the fish waste into nitrates and nitrites and the other nutrients in the fish waste. They are pumped to plants grown hydroponically without soil in different systems, and that water goes back to the fish. So it's a closed loop natural system. Someone who wrote a book on aquaponics wrote that aquaponics mimics nature. In nature, there are lakes in the mountains. The water from the lakes flows into streams, flows down into rivers, and on the riverbeds, all the waste from the water, from all the animals and the fish in the water is nutritious like a gangetic plain. They grow food, it goes into the sea. Then there are clouds, it rains. So the cycle, that is nature. Aquaponics mimics nature. The clouds is a pump. We have one pump which pumps up water from the lowest part, takes it to the highest part, goes through the whole system and comes back. So one is it is totally organic. In fact, we have made it fully organic by even making our own feed. We buy mustard oil cake, wheat bran and other things, we mix it, make a dough, make small pellets and we feed them. So we know what we're feeding. And it's totally organic. Now, this is the future of farming. Also, aquaponics in a limited space uses three-dimensional space. You have vertical aeroponic towers. One tower about 8 feet high in a small pipe can grow 45 plants. So, in a Delhi aquaponic unit, we have a small area which is temperature controlled. 3,000 plants are grown at 10 feet by 12 feet. In a Delhi home, we grow 10,000 plants of vegetables and fruits. In a Goa home, we grow 5,000 plants of vegetables and fruits, all organic. So, this is what we need. The other problem, so you get organic food, you work there, you work with your hands. Now, even for senior citizens, it's easy because you don't have to bend down and dig and go. You can just pick up, you can do it at ground level. Even someone in a wheelchair can go and sit and attend to it. So it is giving a lot of activity to senior citizens, to other people. Children can set it up. Again, it doesn't require land. You can set it up in this room. A room of this size can actually grow about 3,000 plants with artificial lighting. You get artificial grow lights, control the temperature. So basically, the idea what he says, grow your food where you live. We have balcony models. In a balcony, you can grow 500 plants. Here on the rooftop in our Delhi home, we've grown makkah, we've grown maize, we've grown rice on the fish tanks. You just float, like a thermocol sheet. You make holes in it. You put in pots. You grow rice. The roots go into the water. They take the fish waste and get rice. So, for 10,000 plants in Delhi, we are using only 1,000 liters. You cannot grow 10,000 plants with 1,000 liters of water in conventional agriculture. And we use no pesticide, we use no fertilizer. The only thing what we buy is, what are we buying?
We use cocoa peat.
We're using cocoa peat and mustard oil cake.
Well, for our fish feed, we felt that if we are buying commercial fish feed, we don't know what it contains. It can contain antibiotics, hormones. So we buy mustard oil, wheat bran, some soybean, and some oil. And so that we know what we're feeding the fish. So it starts from source. We further improve on our aquaponics, because along with the fish waste, the most important thing is we have food waste. All of us have food waste and garden waste. So with the garden waste, you compost it and make leaf food. You can see the leaf food. In fact, we collect all of you have large gardens, but we collect all the sweepings from our street and we give it large bins. Now, if you water the leaf dry leaves and then add the decomposing liquid, what would take 1 year? You get a leaf food ready in about 3 to 4 months. So you can get it compacted, and what we've done is we made large bins and we put it low, the lower part of the bin. So as the leaf wall gets ready, you can take it out from below. So you keep putting it on top and you can keep taking it out from below. We do the same with our food waste. But the beauty of food waste is that your food waste goes back into making your food again. How wonderful is that? So no food waste leaves our home, only what we little recyclables in our homes.
So,
But what we do is we use the compost that we make, the vermicompost that we make from our food waste, and again this is speeded up because you put it in a large bin, cut a small window into it at the base of the bin. So as you keep adding your food waste, every day layer it. You can either put a few leaves on it or anything dry on it, and add the biocomposting liquid. The biocomposting liquid does two things. It eliminates smell and it speeds up the decomposing process. So in a month or two, you can actually get compost. So we use the fish waste. So what we do is our pots are filled with gravel below because the water flows through the gravel.
no, we have modified. See, in traditional aquaponics, we use only inert material and hydroponics. We had combined aquaponics with permaculture. So firstly, no waste leaves are home. The only waste that leaves are home is recyclable waste, that's paper, cardboard, which the Kuda wala happily takes care of, we can sell it. See, our cities are becoming garbage dumps. We are throwing this garbage. That garbage is generating methane, it is polluting the atmosphere, and then there are people carting it all over. And where do you do that? You do your own compost, your own waste in your home. Now we are producing 10 bags of vermicompost a month from our kitchen waste and from the garden waste.
I call it black gold.
Now 10 bags of vermicompost, if you buy it, costs you 1,000 rupees a bag, 10,000 rupees. So just from our waste, which we would throw away, we are generating 10,000 rupees a month. And we are using that waste in the pots, unlike traditional aquaponics, and the plants are put into that. The plants are getting a double nutrition of the fish waste, water going under them, and and the food waste. So we manage our waste. We do rainwater harvesting. All the rainwater in our house comes down into a tank. We have a 10,000 liter tank. From there, excess water goes underground and recharges groundwater. And like in Delhi, groundwater has dried up. By rainwater harvesting, and we've done that in all the colonies, scenic farms, groundwater has come up, tubewells have started working. Then we do grey water recycling. All the kitchen and bathroom water which goes into a septic tank is not thrown underground. It is bifurcated into two parts. The bathing water and the kitchen water goes into a filtration unit at the back of our house. From there, there's a pump. It is there settled. Bacteria breaks it down, and then it's pumped up onto the rooftop to grow fruit. Yeah, and the water from the WC's, the wastewater again goes through the septic tank. It goes onto a horizontal soak pit on which fruit trees are growing. So we are utilizing all our waste to grow food. Then the other thing is air. See, we are breathing, polluted air we are breathing. What we have done in Delhi is we have a greenhouse all around the house. At the entrance to the veranda of our home in the greenhouse, there's an 8-foot by 6-foot tall panel like this, a cooler panel. You know, like the old coolers, air coolers we have. There's a tank under it, and a pump keeps trickling water as well. That is the only end. Like a thus. But thus nowadays you don't get, so we buy wood shavings. Inside there's a large exhaust fan which is pulling the air. See, this is your panel. Water is trickling. There's an exhaust fan inside which is pulling the air. So it's filtering the air and it's cooling. This air is circulated throughout the greenhouse when there are other fans circulating the air, and it goes through our house and out. With the result, in Delhi, the outside temperature is 45, inside our home is 25. It's a 18-inch large exhaust fan. But see, that's the only entry of air into the place. And then there are other coolers over the greenhouse, which are again cooling. So there are fans at different parts of the greenhouse circulating there. You're creating an air current, and it's going through the house and on top of the rooftop and onto the greenhouse on the rooftop. We have a greenhouse on the rooftop, we have a greenhouse around the house, and on the first floor there's a small terrace, we have it there. The entire house is surrounded by greenhouse. So whether it hails or rains or what happens, we are not affected. So and then air quality. In Diwali, air quality outside was 400, 500. Inside a home, PM 2.5 is 5 and PM 10 is 10. 24/7 all the year.
In fact, when people come into our house, they say it's like leaving mountains. You can feel this continuing, and they go, but they're leaving. They said, let us take a few deep breaths so we can save up this.
So you see,
fresh
the
air.
idea is that in a city, if you can enclose your home in a greenhouse and do all what we are doing, you are living sustainably, you are growing your food, you have created your atmosphere, you are eating organic, and you are generating an income. We sell extra food.
We grow vegetables, we live now all through summer. We have this small air conditioned chamber, but the only air conditioner in our home is for the lettuce. So we're growing lettuce and we're growing baby spinach and microgreens in an air conditioned chamber. So we have lettuce for ourselves, of course, and we then sell the excess produce, which pays for our, for our staff and the overheads. And so we have, we supply once a week to South Delhi and to Gurgaon. So we get our orders and we make what I call an immunity boosting meal pack, which is lettuce and baby spinach and microgreens and celery and spring onions and some herbs. We still have parsley and mint and basil. So these then, and the microgreens, and then the whatever vegetables, other vegetables we have.
This is all growing with artificial light, is it?
No,
Yes.
some of it is
No,
with
in the
natural
other
light.
greenhouse is natural light, like on the rooftop is natural light. But in this closed area where we have the air conditioning unit, because there we are growing racks.
See, you can, well, it's, this
See,
is,
like that.
this is just a
These are racks.
miniature,
And there are
but we
those
have
grow
trays
lights.
like this.
So this is a small aquarium model we made, which actually we are setting up as a STEM education for children in schools. So with this little model, it is static. This model has 3 racks. Each of them is growing about 25 plants. It grows 75 plants, and on the left hand side there's a fish tank, that aquarium.
Just explain how
So the
this
water
works.
from there flows up, comes through the plants and goes back to the fish. It's on the left, that grey, that little thing. You can see part of it. On the left. So we actually use an aquarium. It's a 3 feet wide, 1.5 feet deep, and about 2 feet deep aquarium. We use it to grow out our fingerlings. Because see, when we are getting fingerlings for our fish tanks, we use rohu, katla, mirgal, all freshwater fish. We've grown freshwater prawns. We've grown sea bass in Goa. In the mountains, you can grow trout. All freshwater fish. Yes, yes. To eat. I mean, we've had sea bass growing. In fact, in Goa, we put in sea bass. The fishery department said you cannot grow it in tank. I said, okay, let me try. In one tank of 3,000 liters, which was the ground floor of the house, we grew 60 sea bass, which went to 2 kilos each. And after 1 year, we harvested the whole lot. So then what we do is we fillet it and we put it into deep freezer.
But you can even harvest one
But
fish.
as you need, you can keep taking it out. So basically, you have organic fish growing, you've got organic vegetables, fruits.
In fact, you can come and fish out the organic fish from our aquaponic.
Next unit in Habibullah Estate.
You got it there?
We got it.
I've set up one
Really?
for her.
Yeah.
But plants are not going to well because the people are
So basically, I set up.
She has fish. See,
So
just go
basically-
back. Just go back, please.
See, these we are doing.
No, this
Yeah.
just stop with
Just
the way
go
the
back.
racks are.
See, these are racks. These are about 18 inches apart. And these trays, each tray has 25 plants.
And those white things are the
Those are the grow lights.
lights. These are
Oh, the
specially
lights.
grow
These are
lights.
grow lights you get from a company in Pune. They are for greenhouses. And they give you the full spectrum of the sun. So now each tray is growing 25 plants. So here we've got 5,000 plants.
So at the moment these are small size, unless you get large lettuce, yes.
And you see, there is no hoeing, weeding. You plant it, it grows, you harvest it, and you plant it.
And where's the water? Is it like a...
The water is running
tube
from,
or-
see there are you can see there are pipes, vertical pipes.
or the vertical?
The water from the fish tank is coming the top, is flowing through that, and from below is going back.
So it's setting up the systems, not
Yeah.
the systems are set up it works.
Sorry,
So it
it's
requires
going
no-
from the top
See,
and then it trickles down. And then it goes down.
and right at the bottom there's a little bed. It flows through the bed and goes back to the fish tank. You don't need to get no. See, the pipes are vertical, and the water is in the trays, and in the trays there are pots. So the plants are in the pots, and there's gravel in the trays. You see the normal concrete gravel. So that is allowing the water to, and the plants are sitting. The roots go out from the pot into the gravel. They take the nutrition from the fish waste, and that's it.
Now, in addition, what they do is they plant.
So this is our harvest from Delhi. We've got torai, we've got kakadi, we've got spinach, we've got tomato.
And you've got little heirloom tomatoes too.
And look, this is a lettuce growing. See the pots in the tray? So the pots are lettuce. In the tray there's water. This is dripping down. No, the pots are vermicompost. The tray has gravel.
Okay.
In the lower part of the pot, there is gravel because the water is flowing through the gravel.
Outside the pot.
Then it's outside the pot, but in the pot there's vermicompost.
See, basically the
One
pot.
third of the pot.
I should give. So you take a pot like this, and these are net pots. They've got holes. You fill it at the bottom with about this much gravel. Then you fill it with vermicompost, and you plant.
Compost and
So, and then this plant goes into the tray. So you put them like this, each tray depending on its size can take about 25 to 40 plants. And in the tray under this, we put a layer of gravel. Because if it sits on the bottom, then it's going to get clogged. See, we need aeration. We need the roots to go out. So the roots go out, the water is flowing, and water is continuously flowing. So by continuous flow of water, you are getting actually oxygen into the water.
you have to oxygenate the water. Then you get any plant roots. and-
Sorry, you have a pump. You have an air pump.
Yes, you have to have it.
So the air pump, there are air pumps in the fish tanks, there are air pumps, where the water is flowing. So it's a continuous flow and you do nothing. There's only one pump. So it's an automatic system. You could develop it, you could set it up. One.
That's the beauty. There's only one pump. The rest of water goes by
See,
gravity.
aquaponics is physics, chemistry, biochemistry, biology, botany, architecture, design.
So who will do it for us?
I train people. I have online courses. I've done this all myself.
Wow. My God.
I developed it myself. I made all the holes with the things. I set it all up. And we have a couple in Delhi now for 10,000 plants. If you have it on a farm, look at the labor you need. In Delhi, we have one couple who work in a house and they work in the greenhouse.
And they manage the whole thing.
They manage both.
10,000 plants.
And in Goa again, we've got 5,000 plants. We have part-time help. This guy comes for an hour in the morning, he just checks out the fish tanks. And his wife comes for an hour in the afternoon, hour in the evening. That's it.
And we are not there and it's working, the fish tanks are working, the fish are growing and
In fact,
vegetables are not doing so well.
in fact, he called me the other day because they only know a basic amount in Goa. In fact, he called me the other day. He said, "जी मच्छी बड़ी बड़ी हो रही है." I said, "अभी हो रहे तो आप जब गोवा आएगी उसको निकालेंगे." So you see, this is it. The whole idea being to be sustainable and also see you grow your food where you live. You cut out the transportation of food. Now, look at vegetables. They are harvested on farms. Then they are treated with something to make them look fresh. Then they are transported to the cities. Then they come to you. Here, nothing. You go out on your balcony. You go out here. This is the garden at the back. See, we have these. We put a pond liner in the whole. This was just a lawn. So we dug up 2 feet long beds.
How large is this, you should tell me?
This is 30 feet by 75 feet. We had a garden at the back. So we dug in, we dug down, you see there's a we dug down.
raised parts.
So
The
basically,
white portion is raised.
then we got a pond liner which you get for making fish tanks. We spread a pond liner in the whole thing, and in these beds, then we put gravel. So now from this side, this left side, the water from the fish tank comes here. It flows through the plants, and it goes back to it.
It is just dry.
Is it just noise?
No, it's
Very
horrible.
dry.
It's all flat.
Yeah, flat.
But as somebody said, he said this is mathematical because like Venice, where there are canals, these are all canals, but they're underground, they're underwater canal. Under the plants, there is water flowing. So the canals you cannot see, but there's water flowing like
See, there are
canals
pots.
of
These are pots. These are 6-inch pots, 8-inch pots, depending on the size of the plant. Put different pots.
Oh, these are again trays in which there are pots.
No, these are
These are beds with gravel, and the gravel.
and the lines of pots.
Plastic liner below, so it's all because the water has to flow, so it has to be sealed. And in the gravel there are
Yes, see.
6-inch pots.
See, now this is
embedded.
it, and that area which you can see with bamboos and all, that is the enclosed area. It's 12 feet by 18 feet, and that has air conditioning. Whereas the plastic sheet, that area with bamboos and all, that is air conditioning. That's got those vertical towers, and it's got all those trays. There's a door to that. At the moment the door is open, the cooler at the back is blowing in air through it. So when it gets too hot, the door is closed, the AC is on.
How long did it take you to sort of create this whole system?
I've been developing this for the last
The
10
problem with
years.
living with a mathematician is we are always improving our systems. So nothing is static. What you see today, it will be different 6 months from now and another 6 months because we always can do better. So we're doing R&D most of the time.
And all your, like your system, your drainage pipes and things which run from your kitchen and everything else. So that you must have laid all over again, right?
No, that is a separate system. That we have another small garden at the back, so the water from the kitchen
No,
and the
that we did.
bathroom.
No, that we did when we built the
Oh,
house.
separate.
When you
See,
built the
In
house.
Singh farm, there is no sewage. There is a septic tank.
Okay.
So all the water went into septic tank. Now from the septic tank is going underground.
Right.
Designed these two systems.
Okay.
My friend who was in college with me. He was an architect. His wife was an architect, and she was also her father was an engineer. So they gave us the details of that. So see, basically, what are we doing? Now we created our own. This is a fish tank. See, you can see here.
You're looking down on the
We are
fish.
looking down on the fish tank. The water is going round and round, and this tank can grow about 100 kilos of fish a year.
How big is it?
It is about 7 feet by 7 feet and about 4 feet deep.
1,000 liters of water can take 20 kg of fish, can grow 20 kg of fish. So even if you put in small fingerlings, you have to consider when they go out. So 20 kg. So if it's 3,000 liters, you can have 60 kg of
So you have to
fish.
decide, you see, that how much fish do you want? If you want, say, 100 kg a year, then you have to have 5,000 liters tank. Similarly, like that, you have to design your tanks.
So you need at least 2 tanks, because and we grow the fingerlings in an aquarium because then you can see them. So when they're a little bigger, then they
we
go
have
to
3
1 tank.
tanks. Each tank is stocked every 6 months. After 1.5 years, the first tank you can harvest, and then you restock. So you have a continuous supply of fish.
So
This is our first
restock,
flow.
when you buy them from
You
somewhere?
buy the fingerlings.
Yes.
You get them from the fishery department. You get them from.
In fact, you've still been getting them from the fisheries department here. In Delhi, we are forced to get them from Calcutta. They're flown in from Calcutta.
And they've never been afflicted by any virus or any bacteria which kills them off and
No, see,
Carp is a hardy
we
fish.
use natural materials. For example, what we do for fish is no chemical, no pesticide. Every now and then we use potassium permanganate, to disinfect the tank. Maybe once or twice a month. Well, once in every month, once a month or once in 2 months. Then we use sea salt. You see, sea salt creates an atmosphere where bacteria doesn't grow. So we use a 1 to 3% solution of sea salt in a tank of water. So every month, every 2 months we put in sea salt into it. And that doesn't allow anything. See, also, this is actually fresh water. If you come to a place and take out the water from the fish tank, there's no smell in it.
And the water's
Because it's continuously
moving
flowing.
all the time.
yeah,
It's not
stagnant.
stagnant.
Yeah.
You see, the pump has to be designed to, like if you have a 1,000-liter tank, your pump has to have a capacity of 2,000 liters an hour. That means every half an hour your tank is reset.
And where do you install the pump? Outside the thing?
The
Or
pump,
is it?
no, the pump is actually there's a system. You have a sump, which is the lowest one. There you install the pump. The pump pumps the water up to the highest point. From there, by gravity, it flows to the lowest point. So you're going to work out these systems.
So you said it goes through a bulk filter first, right?
A biofilter.
Yes.
Yes.
See, a biofilter is basically a lot of gravel, and then you get these small
get these plastic balls,
plastic
bioballs.
balls which are aerated, and you
Which have a large surface area, so the bacteria grows, so it converts the ammonia of the fish waste into nitrates and nitrites, which the plants can then absorb. So it cycles through the plants take in the nutrient from the water, clean the water, and it goes back to the fish. So the fish feed the plants clean the water, goes back to the fish. So it's such a beautiful natural system.
the filtration process is in 2 parts. The water from the fish tank flows out into what they call a swirl filter. It's a round tank like this. So it comes and hits the side of the tank and it goes round and round. So what happens is that the fish waste settles at the bottom. And here you have a tap. Once a day you take off that solid fish waste and you feed it to your plants. Now the finer fish waste is mixed in the water. That then goes into your mechanical filter. There you have gravel, and in the biofilter, in this tank, you have these, these bioballs. You have oxygenation. There's air bubbling in it. Then you add bacteria. You can add lactobacillus, which is your own. Also, it builds up its own bacteria naturally, because see, there's oxygen and there's other things. And then you can add. Then you have gravel. The water flows through the gravel. The finer fish waste is filtered out from there, and then it goes into a sump. And there's a pump which pumps it up to your plants, and it comes back.
So I think we have to probably come and take a, you must do a tour.
Yeah, we have
Because,
actually.
it's to try and
No, but the-
We have videos. We have online courses. So we have a 2-week online course on Zoom and on Signal. So every evening on Zoom we cover one aspect of aquaponics for 1 week. So what we cover on Zoom, then we put those videos onto Signal. I don't use WhatsApp, I use Signal. And on Signal, then people can look at it for 24 hours. They can digest it. They can
And
ask
we
questions.
put out the videos and the notes of that
something
day.
on top as well.
Yes, this is a rooftop. We use grow bags, and they're drip irrigated. And there's a jali on top because there are monkeys and peacocks.
So it's for jali is for the monkeys.
Yes.
Not for any
No.
or
No, there are jalis or monkeys.
No, we have to have chicken mesh because the monkeys, there are huge troops of monkeys that come in from the forest in Scenic Farm.
yeah.
So we have to protect our plants.
So this is only the rooftop, but during the monsoon or during the winter, we cover it with a polythene sheeting inside.
What about now? So hot is
Now, of course, only the
We have a green cover-
we have a
green
green
cloth cover.
Oh, you
We have a shade
See,
net.
this is tomatoes growing.
But this year has been so hot
yeah.
that even the shade net hasn't helped. I mean, the
No,
plants
this
are
last
scorched.
one, this last one.
Yeah, they all get scorched.
This year,
But you
yes.
see, the advantage is that if you're using aquaponics, you're doing drip irrigation. You're getting continuous water. You're not planting like normally in a field. So there, if you take if you have a pot and you have vermicompost in it, on top you put leaves or something else,
Leaf mulch.
leaf as a mulch. Then you water inside, and you water morning and evening, and that's enough. Or you can drip irrigate.
So in your front, on the ground floor, is there any sunlight at all, or there isn't?
No, there is sunlight. Some parts get sunlight.
Okay, you have
In
some
the
parts-
winter, we
See, this
remove
part,
the
this
green
part,
cover.
this part has sunlight. See here, that outside where those plants are growing, that all has sunlight.
The green shade is now for
closed area,
summer.
the shade net is on top, and on top there's a poly sheeting. This is poly sheeting used for greenhouses. It is UV resistant and it cuts out the UV light. And then inside we've got this green shade cloth, 50% shade. So it stops the sun and allows 50% of light to come down. So basically, you see, you create your environment,
Yeah.
and you create your now because of the poly sheeting on top. When it's raining or hailing or whatever, it makes no difference to us.
Yeah, because it's all covered.
It's covered
Yes.
Poly sheeting. And all around your house.
all
Yes.
around the house. Similarly, in Goa,
So we can clean the air that
on
comes
the
in.
rooftop,
Yeah.
we have a greenhouse. Around the house, we have fruit trees growing, and the whole house is good. All our neighbors in Goa are using air conditioners. We don't use any air conditioning.
So the point that we're
See,
making
the air
is,
conditioning cost is 20% of the power bill in the cities, and air conditioners are throwing out hot air.
Yes.
So your climate change is happening because you're cooling your inside, you're throwing out hot air outside. That accumulated heat is heating up the cities. And see, today we are cutting down trees, we are making these concrete jungles. Unless we green the cities, there is no hope for the future. Climate change is happening, temperatures going up, sea levels are rising, in the North Pole, South Pole, ice is going. What's going to happen?
so may I just say that we're doing two things. One, we are growing our own food. Not only we're growing our own food, but we're growing water excess because we're growing it vertically also. So we can then sell the excess food and cover our costs of growing and our overheads. And the most important thing today, because of the pollution and the air being polluted in our cities and the air that we breathe, I mean, there's asthma, so many people are suffering from. Children can't breathe and their lungs are damaged. So we are cleaning the air that enter our homes, and it can be done in apartments, it can be done in homes. So we are doing both. You are breathing clean air and you are eating healthy food. And that takes care of, at least if we don't respect our bodies, what's the point of living if you don't have a good quality of life?
No,
So by doing this, we ensure a good quality of life.
In her case, you see, she got CLL, chronic leukemia, and she had to have a bone marrow transplant in 2009. And with that, her lungs got damaged, and she was getting every winter she was getting lung infections. In fact, her chest specialist said, just get out of Delhi. So we used to go to her sisters in Ahmed Nagar. We used to go down south, and then our son just bought a place in Goa. He said, just move out of Delhi. So he bought a house there. We moved to Goa. But then we came back to Delhi briefly in October. Then we said, you see, Delhi, we have to build this up, and we have made the Delhi model as a model for farms. So this can be escalated to a farm. Then we decided, why not clean the air around the Delhi home? And so we set this up about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
We set up, about 5 years. When the lockdown started, we started making the greenhouse. And then during that time, we developed it over 2 years. and then after that it was complete. So now we can
This
be
is a
now we are in Delhi.
whole collection of heirloom tomatoes.
Now we are in Delhi most of the year. We come back in April and we stay till December, but we don't go out of our house. If someone says, come out and says, I don't want to go there, you come inside.
No, you feel the difference in the air when you go out. So
No,
It's your cooler is on your main door
at the entrance.
yes, at the
to
entrance.
your house.
Yes,
The
we
entrance
have
to the-
we have a veranda. So as we enter, it's on the side, and then the rest it's all covered with the greenhouse sheet. So we have only one window, where the air comes in from, and then at the
Into the
other
house.
end there is a exhaust fan which takes the air out. So that's it, and all the other windows are shut because the air just blows through the house.
And you see, also we need to use sustainable architecture. Now, when we built a Delhi home, this friend of mine, he was an architect. The house was made of plain brick, and we got sandstone roofs. And then what he gave another thing. This is something we need to talk about architecture. All the bedrooms are east, and on the north is the garden. On the south there are big trees which protect the house, and on the west is a veranda. So the sun goes overhead, comes in early in the morning, the bedroom goes overhead, goes down, there's a veranda, and it only comes into the house at about 4 o'clock. So house is naturally cool.
Could you just go back, please? Just show them. See, here the lettuce. Now the lettuce is almost ready. We time it, you see. So because we grow lettuce for sale, we sow lettuce every week. So every week then the trays move up, and then as the lettuce grows, it takes about 8 weeks till you get a proper head.
So this 12 feet by about 16 feet space can produce 350 heads of lettuce a week. So if you sell it even at 30 rupees, that means 10,000 rupees a week is the income you can generate from this. So basically the idea is wherever you are living, grow your food, generate your income. See, today the biggest problem is generating income to live on. So here you are generating your food. We don't buy anything from the market.
That's the best part.
And I think the most important thing is when you pluck a fresh vegetable or a green, it has all the nutrients. Now they are finding over the last few decades that vegetables and fruits have decreased in the nutrient, whatever the vitamins and minerals, because of all the chemical fertilizers and the soil that they're grown in. So if you grow food with natural ingredients, what you get, the nutrients from the vegetables are far more, and especially they're freshly picked, then you get all the benefits, all the antioxidants, all the vitamins, you can benefit from them.
No, not only that, like Goa now people are fish eaters. So when someone has eaten fish which we've grown, he says, I've never tasted fish like this.
In fact,
Where did you get it from?
The chaps who came from the municipal market to clean our fish, they said, we've never seen such clean fish. So that's the difference.
They made sushi with it. It was really good.
So you see, that is it. You have to, the whole process of growing meat, fruit, we have fruit trees. In Goa, we've got 35 fruit trees around the house. We've got pomegranate, we've got figs, we've got
guavas, bananas,
we've
lemons.
got lemons, we've got cherries, all growing around the house and along the walls.
Those are small trees.
Sorry?
Small ones.
What we've done is we've get these second-hand drums, which are about this high, and so we've put those, and we've filled with coco peat and compost and vermicompost, and we have planted the fruit trees in those. So the advantage is that they are outside our windows, and the air that is coming in is clean and filtered and cool. It cools the home also. We don't need an air conditioner.
There's a new field called agricultural architecture. There are companies in Europe, elsewhere doing it. So what they're doing is like you have a block of flats. They take up another 10 feet of space outside that, and on each floor they make greenhouses. And the greenhouses, so each person can step out of his balcony into his greenhouse and get food. And then on the rooftop there are greenhouses. In Boston there's a hospital which on its rooftop has a greenhouse with aquaponics and permaculture. The entire food for the hospital is from there, organic. And they give the extra food to the neighborhood.
Well, they're finding now that as more and more people move to the cities, urban farming will become much more relevant and has to grow. In fact, even now, I think they say that 30% of all vegetables and food that's grown is grown in urban areas.
But see,
because
this is
we are
vertical
moving
farming.
there.
Now these are 6 rows of trays. Each row there are 20. I think
No, this one has 5.
there are 25. No, this goes along the wall there. So each row has 25 trays. Each tray has 20 plants. So there's 500 plants. So every week, and they are 1 foot apart, 6 feet high. So in 6 feet high, you got 3,000 plants just along the wall. 1 feet wide, 6 feet high, and about 15 feet long.
And in how much did you have to invest in putting this up?
See, our total investment in Delhi on the greenhouse is about 6 to 7 lakhs. Now, what I talk to people about, they say expensive. I said, see, you buy a house, like take Goa, you buy a villa for 1.5 crores. Add another 6 to 7 lakhs for a greenhouse, right? Then add another 6 lakhs for solar. That's 12 lakhs. There's a new technology of atmospheric water generation. There's a company in India doing it where they're generating water from air. So I talk to them. They say 1,000 liters of water a day will cost you 3 lakhs a unit. So basically what it does is it takes in the air, it cools it, and it has a filtration unit, and it gives you 1,000 liters of water a day for life. So if you spend 5 lakhs on that, and you spend 6 lakhs on solar, and another 6 to 7 lakhs on a greenhouse, 20 lakhs more. So if you spend 1.5 crores on a building, 20 lakhs more gives you your food, your environment, your water, and your power.
And you can go off grid and live totally sustainably.
And clean air, organic food, and you're off grid. I'm not dependent on anyone to give me power or water.
We need these machines, so there's no water anymore underground. I mean, it's all being mined. So
True.
we need this sort of a.
And we need to do rainwater harvesting, grey water recycling, the whole process we need to do together, you see.
And eventually we'll all live in bubbles because we have to have clean air. So we may not do it today, but it will
No, with
happen.
the population increasing, farming cannot produce the kind of food that you can need.
And also with all the chemicals.
No,
What
then you
it's
feed
doing
them
us
hormones,
harm.
you feed them steroids to make the plants grow faster. So you got a large, nice looking cabbage. It's been, you don't know what it's been fed.
No, that cauliflower, that sized cauliflower, it's not natural. You know, the cauliflower we get, it's small, and when you cook it, it's green, the stem's green. It's, you know, the taste, you all grow vegetables, the taste is so different.
Now the chicken you get, we had on our farm, we started setting up a poultry. So I bought these day-old chicks in Punjab, then I went to buy the chick feed. So this chap said, you know, take maize, this, that, and other. Then he says, ye 3 cheezein dalo. I said, what is this? One was tetracycline. I said, why tetracycline? He says, जी आपके बच्चे मुर्गियाँ मरेंगे नहीं. I said, हम तो मर जाएंगे ना, मुझे नहीं चाहिए. जो मरेंगे मरने दो. Then he said, अच्छा नहीं ये नहीं ना, ये दूसरा ले लो. मैं कहा ये क्या है? It was a steroid. I said, why? He said, इससे बड़ा जल्दी होगा. I said, मैंने बड़ा जल्दी नहीं करना. अच्छा चलो तीसरा तो ले लो आप. I said, वो क्या है? It's a growth hormone. So all the poultry that you're getting in the market today has steroids, growth hormones, and this.
No, but it's disturbing that a chicken takes less time to grow than a cauliflower. So just consider what goes into it to make it grow fast, and it certainly doesn't do us any good. So, but
So
even
you
the
see, that
fish
is
that
what
you
we're
get
eating.
is full of, well, for a start, it's full of formalin, which is used to preserve dead bodies, because when they catch the fish, and by the time it even gets to the port, the harbour, they have to keep it for that many days. How do they keep it fresh? With formalin.
Is it?
Yes, and
All
even the
fish
fish
is
that
taken-
comes to Delhi.
Alive, the dead fish, you mean?
You see, when the fish
Yes.
dies,
If it's, yeah.
see when the fish dies and it's
I thought they don't keep them in water.
no.
How much?
See what they do is that, like in Goa, the trawlers go out. They take 2 days to come back from sea. So when they keep getting the fish, they are throwing it into the hole. They've got ice. Now the fish is dead, but to keep it fresh, they put in formalin.
How long
Formalin
can
is-
they keep the ice? It
Formalin
travels
is
for
used to
5-6 days, the
preserve
fish.
dead bodies. So that fish that comes and is sold at the at the fish market is all full of formalin. The fish that you're getting here in the market is being transported, and it has formalin.
In fact, they said that if now the fish that you buy doesn't have flies sitting on it because it's been treated. Even flies don't come onto that fish, and we are the ones who eat it. But one way to treat it is soak it in vinegar. Wash it, soak it in vinegar 2-3 times for an hour, so that you can then get rid of any
If you have to buy fish in Delhi and say we have to buy
Anywhere.
from the market, you buy it, you throw it into water, soak it for some time, throw out that water again, soak it for some time in fresh water, throw it out, then you put in vinegar in a whole bucket of water and you leave the fish in there for half an hour to 1 hour. So the vinegar draws out all the contaminants.
Is it?
and then you wash it
Then
out.
you wash it out and then you can put it in your fridge.
So
What they do in US, they have started accumulating all the kitchen waste in a, I don't remember, it's a decomposter. And every time they throw it there, like even the eggshells and all, but all the edible things go in there. So the natural waste has reduced a lot because about 3/4 of the waste in their household is kitchen. And that is, they have special bags, I don't remember what the address is mentioned, when it's full, they transfer it and then take it to the postal services. And I think it's delivered to a place where they are served for fish to eat. I don't know what, I didn't follow it, but now when I'm hearing this, I think there is the same process going on there.
but you can do it in your own home. You
Yes,
can even
but
do it
I
in a
saw
small
this-
space.
Because my son is there, I saw this time.
Because when they say that you can't add meat and you can't add eggs, we throw everything. There's nothing that you can't throw. So we have 3 bins in our kitchen. We have one for all our food waste. Then we have a separate bin for eggshells and banana peels, because eggshells are calcium and banana peels are potassium for the plants that need more nutrition, like tomatoes and cucumbers. So we then keep those separately, so then we can just mash them up and add them to our make a liquid slurry and add them to our vegetables.
And tea and coffee.
And tea and coffee we keep separate.
Physically?
We make a large slurry. We then actually make a concentrated mixture. We take a drum, and for 20 days you throw in eggshells, banana peels, some mustard oil cake, and some neem khali, and water, and you can add coffee grounds to it also. And then if you aerate the water slightly, put a small pump, the aerator, and keep it for about 20 days, then all the bacteria grows in it. That then you can dilute and feed all your plants, which is very, very nutritious.
So we have these, about 30-liter drums with lids. So this waste is taken out, all thrown in that, and you put an airlock on it. 1 month, then you use another drum. You use 2-3 drums. So it all gets recycled and goes back into our plants.
And this kitchen waste thing in our house, we have like a part of the veranda is actually where we dump all this, and after maybe 6 months we sort of take out whatever has been decomposed and it becomes manure. But what was it that you said that you could add to it to hasten the process?
You
Yes,
get
you get a waste decomposing liquid. You add that, and that speeds up the process.
Where
But
does one get this one?
I can share it with you. You get it on Amazon. In fact, the government technology is very inexpensive, and you make it up 100 liters in a drum with jaggery and some buttermilk, ideally. So then that then gets activated. It froths up and all. You can use it for your waste.
Any more questions? I'm not putting a
Lot. But
But we need to
Yes,
see
yes. I know we have to-
see and to
Yeah.
understand.
no, but I think you can do bits of it also. And
on a smaller scale.
maybe you can't do everything at the first time. Whatever. He walked out and saw. I heard a little bit about this from you and Jyotsna, and long ago. And then it had stayed in my mind, but this time they spoke more about it. And they walked out to our lawn and said, "Idhar to itna ho jayega, idhar to itna ho jayega, you can feed your."
No, I
own
told her,
staff."
I said you can do 5,000 plants there.
Yeah, and he quickly, so he's the architect who's done that bamboo party. Had a session with him, and
Yes, he was very interested.
We do it like that. So I mean, I don't know. I think maybe it's overwhelming to listen to the whole thing. But the best thing that both of them said, इन्होंने मुझे कहा कि ये बुजुर्गों के लिए this is a career and employment, and we keep them really fit, and that I love because I'm already part of the buzurg gang.
What nonsense.
And they just really said that you're working all the time with your hands, and it's true. मतलब
You see, otherwise you
अपने
keep-
हाथों से ये पूरा बना रहे हो, and I think it sounds very exciting if we can even do one little bit so in our homes, and if you can maybe break it up for us.
We have that.
That's what I felt like, and that we could
Start on a small
like
scale.
School, restaurants, all spaces should be doing it. I mean, even
No,
to
like-
have,
yes. Yes, yes.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been just thinking because this house is like a 1955 house. It's got thick walls, huge ceilings, but ऊपर और नीचे में कितना फर्क है temperature. I mean, this ऊपर is warm. So what can we do to cool it down on top?
You
This
put a greenhouse on the
huge
rooftop and you
terrace.
got all your everything.
Yeah,
You got
grow
your-
your food there.
Yeah, really.
And
हमने तो मक्का
insulate
उगाया
the
अपनी
house.
छत पे, and that went up 7 feet high, and we had enough मक्की का आटा and सरसों
And
का
then we
साग
grew
भरा हुआ।
sarson ka saag.
That's tempting.
अच्छा सीलिंग में और वॉल्स में कोई डैम्पनेस और ऐसा कुछ
Well, then you have to make sure that you waterproof. Do enough
नहीं, वो तो
waterproofing.
उसके नीचे जो आपके रोज है ना, सारे में नहीं होता, उसको नीचे नीचे वाटरप्रूफ कर दीजिए।
Maybe everybody can start with what they can do in grow bags, and like
Yeah.
Yes.
to actually plant things so that
No, we have this model of an aquarium model that costs you about 20,000, and that grows 500 plants.
So it's a good way to start
you
on
can
a
set
small
it up
scale.
inside a room. It's got its grow lights, and you can put in, if you don't want to grow fish to eat, you can put in ornamental fish, koi carp. It looks very nice. You have an aquarium with koi carp, and you have all your. So you
No
go your.
fish to eat. I don't want to eat that stuff that's coming from
but-
into the fish.
No, and carp is the most tasty
No,
fish to
after-
eat.
You have
I
so
think.
much space here.
Fish with potato.
So you would really need doing away with your grass and flowers and installing a place where you can grow
Yes.
all this.
See, lawns, I think lawns and gardens are now of the past. Today we need food. You can grow some, like we have in Delhi, we have some flowering trees and bushes in between, we got fruit trees on the side, but the main area is used for growing food. See, if the cities start growing their food,
Yeah.
they will become cool, they will become sustainable.
The air is again something.
Yes.
I think that's the most important thing, to clean our
You
air.
do everywhere
दुनिया
else
को
you-
बाद में देखेंगे, पहले आपको तो
नहीं, अपने घर को बचाइए.
Exactly.
But you know what is happening outside is just buildings and buildings and buildings and no trees. So what do you do for yourself? How do you save yourself?
आपका नॉर्मली इस समय हाउस का टेम्परेचर 25 के अराउंड रहता है.
हाँ जी.
No, now with 45 degrees, I have to confess, it's about 30 degrees.
Now it's gone to 30, but actually now we are setting up another cooler outside. So when it was about 40 degrees outside, it was 25 inside. Now it went up to 48 in Delhi. So inside it went up, well, not all day to 30, at some time in the afternoon it goes up 30, then goes down. At night it goes down.
At night it's cool.
We only use fans. We don't have any air conditioning.
The air conditioning.
We have no air conditioning, no.
Except for our lettuce. Our lettuce has air conditioners.
मतलब अपने लिए एसी नहीं चाहिए.
कोई ज़रूरत ही नहीं है.
नहीं, air
इससे तो बिजली का भी खर्चा
No, and the air feels fresh.
नहीं,
That's
पुराने
the main
एसी
thing.
लगे थे घर में जब हमने
But
पहले
अभी जैसे अब हम लोग को तो हर जगह एसी चाहिए
हाँ,
होता है.
क्योंकि ऐसा इतनी गर्मी
नहीं पुराने हमारे घर में एसी लगे थे पर अभी हम कभी नहीं चलाते नो
अभी हम लोग कह रहे हैं ना और भी तो बाहर तो और भी गर्म होना है ना नेक्स्ट ईयर.
नहीं हमारा तो अंदर घर ठंडा है बाहर बरामदा ठंडा है और गार्डन में काम करते हैं इनफैक्ट आप पीपल हु आर वर्किंग फॉर अस दे आर सो हैप्पी ग्रीन हाउस ठंडा है और वो कह रहे बाहर जाते हैं जी बाहर बुरा हाल है मैं नहीं जा रहा.
I know you step out and the heat hits you, but inside it's cool.
इस सब्जियों के लिए बीज कौन से
That's what something I'm very, very passionate about, because I'm always sourcing heirloom seeds, desi seeds. So I'm very happy to share, where I'm getting seeds from. And then of course it's all timing, what to
Actually,
grow
what
when.
we are doing is we do a 2-week course, 1 hour every day on Zoom. 1 week is aquaponics, next week she does about plants. After that, whoever's done the course, we put them onto a projects group. Then on the projects group, we share all the suppliers. See, people say set it up. I said, no, I don't want to set it up for you. Firstly, it's going to be an added cost. Secondly, if I set it up and supply you, there's transportation cost. So wherever you are, set it up, we'll give you the technology. And we are not patenting anything. And after the course, you can visit our place, you can look at it actually happening, you can copy it, we'll provide you videos of it, you look at it and you do it yourself. But start small, set up a small thing, आहिस्ता आहिस्ता उसको grow कर लो. पहले lettuce grow कर लो, पालक grow कर लो, जैसे पर celery grow कर लो, greens grow कर लो, बाद में आहिस्ता आहिस्ता दूसरा ऐड करते हैं.
But of course, लखनऊ के लिए कुछ special treatment तो मिल जाएगा.
Absolutely.
बिल्कुल.
ज्योत्सना का ससुराल है यहाँ तो.
बिल्कुल.
हम लोग तो बस लखनऊ.
बिल्कुल.
And Punjabis in Lucknow have some special thing about it.
Well, they're training farmers for fields.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We decided in like a 2-day notice, and it was. And
thank you all for being here and for your interest.
And thank you so much. It was so interesting, really.
Glad you enjoyed it. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, thank you all for your interest.
Thank you for your interest.
Because it has to be a passion to want to grow your food and live sustainably.
No, see, we want to share this knowledge. And we want you to set it up and train others.
चलो.
आपके पास होगा, दूसरे आके देखेंगे, वो कहें जी मैंने भी लगाना है. And that's what we need to do.
Yes.